Hey guys, welcome to another episode of FlyFishDan. TGIF. It's been a long day at work and I'm so happy to be home and relaxing and being on the video for you. Okay, first things first. Let's have ourselves a beer. Today I'm highlighting the Crux Brewery. It's just outside of Bend, Oregon. Just a small little brewery. I happened to stop by there once and take a look at their facility. It's a pretty cool place. And they have an IPA called the Velvet. I think it's the Velvet Underpants. I didn't even read the whole thing. But it's really a tasty IPA. It has a lot of, it's very hoppy. It has some citrusy notes, but it's really good. And again, as you know from my first video, I am an IPA man and I do enjoy the IPA. Just a very refreshing flavor. I'm a fan of the Crux IPA, and they do more than just the Velvet Underpants. They have several different IPAs that I've enjoyed over some of the fishing videos I've done in the past. But if you enjoy IPA, I think you'll enjoy this one from Crux. Oh yeah. So, what's new in fly fishing? Today, I actually have a product that really is brand new to fly fishing. It's been out for just a little over a year now. It's family owned. I think 3 brothers ended up founding this company, but it's from O-Pros, O Professionals, I think that's short for, and it is the third hand rod holder. And I have to tell you, after discovering this particular fly fishing accessory, it has been a game changer for me because now I can easily bring 2 setups. And why is that important? Because it increases your chances of catching a fish. If you've got a setup with a dry and a setup with a nymph or a streamer setup with you at one time, you can quickly switch back and forth to both. And it really has been a game changer for me when it comes to catching more fish because I don't have to spend the time, sometimes 5, 10, or even more minutes, changing up my setup because I have 2 setups at the ready. So it's really been a very handy device. The other thing it's good for is it will allow you to place your rod somewhere. So if you need to do a change up or you might have a tangle or whatever else, you can set that rod right into the teeth of the third hand and have it resting at your side while you're tending to your gear. No more having to set your rod down in the sand or in the gravel, and you don't have to worry about any of that. It's super helpful when it comes to fly fishing. So, pros and cons. So those are some of the pros. Let's talk about some of the cons. So some of the cons is that you do have to watch out for the rod, right? That's attached to it. I like to keep it angled upwards so there's no danger of it breaking off on anything behind me. You do have to be careful though of anything overhead, right? Sometimes I'll walk into a tree and forget it's there, or branches and things like that. So you do have to be mindful that you've got a 9-foot rod sticking straight up above your head. So you do have to be mindful of that. The other is that you do want to make an adjustment. There's a screw on the back of the O-Pros that you're going to occasionally have to crank down super tight. You need one of those super small screwdrivers, but you want to crank that down super tight, otherwise it has a tendency to want to fall back down into a straight position, and that can be disastrous if you're fishing a river and you don't really notice that has happened and all of a sudden your rod is pointing down behind you. You back up, you break your rod. So you want to make sure that set screw is always tight. I also use the bungees all the time as well. If you don't use the bungees, not all corks are created equal on fly rods, so you want to make sure that you have a nice, tight, secure fit when using this particular O-Pros third hand. Also, be sure to place the O-Pros on your non-casting side. If you place it on your casting side, it's going to get in the way of a cast. So I'm a right-hand caster, and I have my O-Pros third hand sitting on my left side, so it's always out of the way. Sometimes, you know, the wind will, sometimes the wind will blow the line over and it'll snag the rod, but it doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen often enough that it discourages me from using this device. So it's a really good device. Just put it on the non-casting side. And those are really the only things that you should consider when you pick up this device. And I'll be sure to leave a link down in the description if you feel that you want to pick one of these up for yourself as well. So what's better than having just one of these third hands from O-Pros? Having 2 of these third hand from O-Pros. Maybe even 3. I don't know. I haven't fished with 2 yet, but buy one for yourself and one for your buddy. They'll love you for it. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for enjoying me on today's Friday video. And I'll probably have a name for it by now, so you'll probably see that in the title. But I appreciate everybody's input and ideas on selecting a name for this new series. But I'm really looking forward to getting together with you every single Friday to where we talk new fly fishing gear and have a beer. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. And if you missed episode 1 and 2, I'm going to leave those right here and here for you to take a look at your viewing leisure. All right, till the next time, fish on.